All right, it didn't turn on, but we have activity on the primary side, which we didn't have before. If I measure your pin, the input power to the ground, see, we got 12 volts there. Well, it's bouncing around, and I don't really know what that means. This looks like it's been replaced. It's supposed to be C42, and then the number's hidden. I put a jumper here. This resistor, the 424, is actually underneath this transistor here. That doesn't look like it's been touched. It's possible this capacitor was replaced with a resistor. Time to bring everyone up to speed. This is multiple days later, and if you are an eagle-eyed viewer, you will notice that this is a different board than what we started with. And the reason for that is, on the original board, the customer had replaced a capacitor with a resistor. They thought it was a resistor, but that capacitor no longer exists. Who knows where it is? The customer had another Disney DVD player, a different board, but overall the same component designations. So this capacitor, this 423 that we're looking at, is the same number as the one that's now missing from the other board. Similar with this chip, the diodes, the capacitors, everything else here is the same. So thinking this is just a different revision of the same DVD player, but the goal is to remove this incredibly small component, measure it, and see what I should install on the other board. Will it go well? Who knows? I'm going to try and use the cheat low melt solder that helps remove surface mounted components. Hopefully both sides will stay liquid long enough for me to take it off the board, and we'll go from there. Fingers crossed. It's kind of tight in here, and I'm nervous that I might bump into some things with the iron, so I'm half considering removing just the optocoupler and this transformer here, but then I have to put it all back in. Okay, I've elected to take off the optocoupler because I think it's going to make my life 10 times easier. Oh, alright, we just messed it up probably already. Oh, there we go. That was... Oh, get off the thing. Terrified of losing this thing. I almost lost it right now when I was trying to pick it up. Put it on this piece of tape so it can't go anywhere until I measure it. Next, I need to check the size. I actually have this ruler from Mouser. They gave it to me at an FSAE competition probably close to a decade ago when I was leaving college. So shout out to Mouser. It's why I order from them. They gave me something for free, and I give them business. We need to somehow measure this and see where it lands. Hope I don't drop it. Okay. Probably there, right? Probably this third one. 0603 1608 in parentheses. I don't know what any of those numbers mean, but that seems like that's the one that matches the best. I believe he replaced, the customer, replaced 406 down here and 421 up here on the other board. If you look at this thing. 406, I can try to point this out. I don't want to bend that too much. It's gonna break like I did in the other video. Check out my other video where I broke this cable that's down here. I had to resolder it. 406 is there. That looks like it's been soldered by a human. And this 421's been... Also, I think he got hyper tight tolerance capacitors because they have a letter at the end instead of a number. But those are probably not correct. So plan is to check 421 here. If you can see that on the camera, which one's 421? 421 is the top right one, so right here. I can zoom in and get that value. Looks like 331. Then 406, 6 R8 maybe. Don't know what that means. Okay, I've got some replacement parts here and there. We're gonna try to remove the old ones here. See how well we can do, as I'm completely like... Oh, that just came right off. That probably wasn't soldered in all the way. Gotta clean up those pads. All right, that just popped off. That might have been half the problem right there, is that that wasn't even soldered on. All right, as a reminder, what is this? Let me find the R41 is kind of hard to see on camera, a 331. So that's what we're trying to add in here. I don't even know how to get these out. Looks like there's a tape or something there that maybe I can peel off. For this kind of stuff, I should just ditch the gloves, because honestly, I cannot... Oh! Still got it, it's okay, I don't lose it. We probably should tin up that little area first, eh? I've got to try to hit it, solder with my iron, and at the same time, like, push it down. Now is a great time to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. 330? I mean, it's measuring what it should measure, right? Next, I've got to get this one off and replace it with a capacitor, which I might just take this off. I don't know how I'm going to get to that pad behind there. And I have to remove the jumper that I haphazardly threw on here, so that's a whole bunch of fun. There we go. Okay, I'm going to remove this ugly thing that I've put in here. Come on out. I'm gonna melt that off too. There we go. Just melt the whole thing. There it is. Nope. Alright, this might actually have to do it quick chip, because I need both sides to be liquid. Bit. Mix them in there. Watch this. Abracadabra. Bada bing, bada boom. This should be a capacitor for those keeping score at home. This was a resistor put in here by the customer. Just the customer was learning, and I had a wise technician once tell me, never learn or practice on the thing you're trying to repair. It just doesn't go well. Just never ever goes well. All right, that's in there. So this should be C42 whatever, which we pulled off of this board. 423. That one right there. Which was 100 nano, pico, something like that. I don't know, I haven't ordered it, but yeah, should go in there. I got that pad tinned there nicely. 0.1 microfarad right there, 10%. 0603 size. Oh boy, here we go with the next one. The solder, all right, iron's still on, here we go. And it wants to stick to my tweezers, that's not helpful. I need it to be not sticking to the tweezers. Oh, I almost lost it. That's why I ordered like a whole roll of these. That kind of solidified. And I think that solidified too. It's not the best. Focus in on this. I still can't see it. There we go. Now the camera can see it. I'm gonna say that that's connected, and that's connected. They're not connected well, but they are connected. All right, you do kind of a nudge. See if you can make it move. No, it's on there. I'm calling that good, dude. Let me put this thing back in. This hole closed up over here. Watch me just undo all this on accident by... There we go. Okay, it's in circuit. I actually looked at that. It's a TL431 if anyone cares. I think it's a some kind of comparator. I think it looks at two voltage signals and either gives a higher or lower, like kind of like a control valve, if you think about it like water, to the optocoupler. finally we need to replace the 6.8 that goes to the primary coil, I think, or it's an auxiliary coil that keeps the PWM chip running after everything's started up. So it's easier if I just take out this resistor first. So we're gonna heat this up and try. I didn't let it heat long enough. It's always how it goes with this unleaded solder. It takes forever to just liquefy, and then, oh, there we go. That was a good one. That might be enough. I almost pulled it out of the... There it is. This thing was already broken when it came in, so I stopped kind of caring about not removing other things. I need to make my job easier. This is just like working on a car. Sometimes you got to take unrelated components off to get some access to things. Oh, it's going to be a tight one there. We're going to just do that and then kind of do that and then wipe that away. Oh, I just jumped it to the zener. Ew. Oh, it's still liquid. Oh, I love this stuff. See that? You see, I didn't have the iron on and it was still liquid enough for me to pull that off. That's why this stuff's good. Really good. You mess up and it still has your back. And I think we're going to be done for the night because it's getting a little late. Can't stay in the shop all day. So we're just going to wick some of this up. All right, final installation here for this. Got that tinned up there. This tiny little thing right there. Grab that. It's not the best position for it. That's slightly better, but not great. All right, take a look at that. It's definitely on. How on? We'll find out. 7. There we go. Minimum assembly for testing purposes. For those keeping score at home, I did put in this large resistor back in. All right, let's flip some stuff on. And one more switch. Does it turn on or does it blow up? We got nothing. Let's jump into some troubleshooting here. Some voltage off the chip here. I can get my probes settled here. We still got a wandering voltage. Something on the secondary is not cooperating. I'll double check everything, make sure my connections are solid. At this point, I think I've exhausted all the options. Everything matches, so all the components are the same, but it's still not regulating correctly. I was about to throw in the towel. I reached out to ChatGPT. This resistor here, brown, black, yellow, gold. Do we get anything or does it blow up?